slow, but you can see there, we can delete large health bars fast in Ultra 5. So here's the
How
full
does anyone
health
become
bar
a
of this
foundling?
boss.
I'm glad it was you.
Let's get Bullet Buddy Deluxe, which lets us shoot some of these weapons here that have orc stickies on them, and it just will delete any boss health bar. And we can jack our gun damage and ordnance damage up very high, as well as our total damage dealt is getting 100% bonus here. This is due to the Dancer class mod getting fixed. We're also going to be using the Wombo combos. The new content is going to have Vile Crystals, and this is the best weapon for dealing with that. And then things like the bod for deleting health bars. Skills like Temerario giving us huge boost to our gun damage, and since we got that increase from Soltado now, anytime we get a kill, our overdrive benefits are going to get bonus increasingly high. This means our fire rates as well. So from level 1, it's nice to take this in the early game for the bonus to gun damage, but later on it's much better to get increased fire rate for our Peacebreaker cannons. Itself. This means we can open DPS a lot quicker. The next choice is Harga here, which whenever we get a critical hit, we're going to get our active skill duration restored, which means that we can stay in our Bullet Buddy Deluxe here a little bit longer with our Peacebreaker cannon. So this is going to be the best augment for this build. This gives us infinite ammo, and it also is going to give us bonus incendiary damage, which is really nice as well. But the big thing being, we can fire some of the torque sticky weapons. So look out for those if you're playing through the game. And in the late game, the Bod, Chaos, and Queen's Rest are great weapons. Now, Resiliencia is really good here because the damage reduction, as being an overdrive skill, will get benefits later on and increase whenever we get kills. But I like to take at least 3 points to the Maestro. Skill damage is a little bit different from action skill damage. There's not many things to apply for Roth, for example, but we'll take 3 points there and 2 points to Resiliencia. Now, at this point, it's good to go over here. We'll go into the red skill tree. You don't have to take the unmissable missiles. We're just going to go over here. We're not taking Everdrive because we already have the Dancer class mod. We're going to go with Barrage here. So we get increased splash damage while Overdrive is active, which is really nice because this is an Overdrive skill getting increased whenever we get our other increases. And we're going to take more points into Temerario here. Now, if you have 5 points, it's going to give you 5% gun damage per second, which increases. It makes it harder to aim, but we're going to take something a little bit later on that helps a lot with this. To offset our gun handling, we're going to go with the blue skill tree a little later on, but we'll take now the volatile hollow points. This will give us rockets that deal splash damage that's getting increased. When we get kills, they're going to increase too. And we'll also put 1 point into Soltado here whenever we kill, double all overdrive benefits. And we have a lot of different overdrive benefits, like increased damage, just as a basic one, increased movement speed, and everything else that is listed as orange overdrive skill. Maestro is a little bit weird when it says skill damage where it applies. It usually is orange colored things, but I haven't seen it work very well here. Now we're going to want to come to the blue skill tree. I really like the Thrill, as this is an overdrive skill which will increase our fire rate. If you can get points into this from a class mod, it's really nice too, because it further increase your fire rate when overdrive is active, and it'll further increase that as well. And next you take Less Haris here, which is an overdrive skill, which will regenerate your ammo again. This will also increase its effectiveness. Rinse is okay too, because it increases your reload speed, which is just a straight DPS increase. But I think that getting this for ammo regeneration allows us to shoot a little bit longer. I find this one pretty fun, but you can choose between the two of these here. Now we need El Centro. This is literally the antithesis to Temerario, because as we're in our overdrive, every second we get increased gun handling. We want 5 points into that. You can get by with less points and go into something else, but I think this just works the best. Now we have a couple really good options, and Roth is going to scale well when the level cap increases. Jacques and Mate here are really good because this will give you overdrive bonuses increase 2.5% per stack, and then this will give you those stacks with your action skill back. So whenever your action skill ends, we'll actually get it back quicker. I also like Arza. Now, this I was told about is really good too, and I tried it and it is solid. Depending on the weapons that you're using, I like the bod with the pistol or sniper grip under barrel. It's a little bit easier to then use these two skills here. But if we go with Arza, this gives us a 60% increased gun handling and action skill handling while in our overdrive, which is really nice. And then this lets us go down and take deadline, so we get increased fire rate and increased reload speed while overdrive is active again, further increasing our fire rate, which we have a few of already, but we want as many of these as possible because we get infinite ammo. We want to be able to shoot faster. That's our DPS increases. I already showed a little earlier how the Soldado class or passive here will actually give us up to 500% gun damage. You can get that even higher. This is because the Dancer class mod is just so good. Overdrive bonuses are increased by 100%, huge. And then it also makes your overdrive benefits last the entire action skill duration instead of the first few seconds. That is also massive. You can get a lot of different skill rolls on this. I got one with 3 points of sustainable energy, giving even more overdrive benefits. So this gives health regeneration. I don't really like this. Ideally, you'd get +5 Temerario and then +1 into Soldado there. There's another roll that you can get here to give us fast fire rate. This would be another good skill to get as well. I really just like the Dancer class mod after the upgrade. The Instigator is another choice. It gives you +2% gun damage for every second you're aimed at the boss. This is hard because you're going to be your Peacebreaker cannon shoot around multiple enemies really fast. This gives a lot of rolls into ricochets, and it's more of a ricochet build. The Dancer is just the best for this, I would say. Now, class mods. I like the Watts Pretender, especially because you get that bonus shock damage. This is just further increasing the damage, and since we have a fast fire rate, we're giving out a lot of damage. Ideally, you'd get one with the shield drain, which would drain 38% of your shields for a bonus 150% damage, which is really nice. But fireworks is great too. If you're doing any type of mobbing, this is going to be the best. Ideally, a radiation one as well. I'm curious, new shield can be kind of fun if you get a class mode with some life steal. And I also like to go with the Protean Cell, which would be 40% bonus shock damage. The Watch Pretender is just the easiest one to set up and just kind of set and forget. Now, there's a lot of different types of enhancements that we can roll with. I like the Jacob's Bounce Pass, giving you increased ricochets by 1. This is always a good choice because you're going to get a bunch of extra damage if you're using Jacob's types of weapons. I also like to go with the Daedalus License card here, especially with the bod. This is the absolute best roll for it. Guns with Daedalus cards will increase fire rate, 50% fire rate, which is crazy. Resets on reload. We don't reload because we're going to be using Bullet Buddy Deluxe. And on reload with guns with Daedalus cards, you get 25% gun damage based on the amount of spare ammo. This one came with gun damage, 25% ending gun damage. Really, really good roll. This would be the ideal one to get. Critter's Light Knife, still one of the best in the game. Skelly's also really fun too, and made from Halloween. Got updated recently. The Waterfall is also really good. I like this one for mobbing, especially with the radiation on it. But Critical Hit Knife is going to be best for bossing. Likely going to be the best against Blue Reaper, the Invincible. Drops Marrow. We also got the Mega Triple Bypass here, increasing your movement speed by 40%. This lets you zip around really fast. I like that on Rafa, but you can also go with one that's going to increase your damage with the Amp there. Leech is also really fun. Again, if you're using this one, use the Time Conversion New Shield, you'll be really hard to take down. That's going to be great against the new bosses, the Blue Reaper, the Invincible. Now for weapons, Wombo Combos mentioned is always going to be good because vile enemies don't like these. It blows up their crystals really quickly. I also like the Queen's Rest, as mentioned. Chaosin being another good choice. Chaosin is a submachine gun. These come with the Torg Stickies, which are going to, you stick them onto the enemy, you get a bunch of them on them, and then they explode and they do a ton of damage. You saw at the start. The bod being the best one if you get the Torg Stickies on this, because it's 3% per shot, it shoots 5 rounds, it's 15% per shot, it shoots really fast, especially with this enhancement, making you able to delete bosses immediately. DK's Wave is another really fun weapon. I like this one a lot. You can also use the Affinity.
must be easy to hunt, since they can't move.
If you're looking to get shot,